Oklahoma will kick off and Texas will receive. The deep people for the Longhorns will be Kelvin Epps, number 40, and Tony Tillman, number 11. Doing the kicking for Oklahoma will be Tim Lashar. He is a sophomore out of Plano, Texas, and there are a lot of Texans on both sides of the field because simply the population of Oklahoma is not sufficient. They've got to go outside to get the kind of players to compete at this level, and so they go to Texas and California. And the game is on. It is Epps, at least 6 yards deep in the end zone, and Kelvin will not come out. So it is Todd Dodge coming off a hyperextended knee last weekend at quarterback. Jerome Johnson, 195-pounder at fullback. Terry Orr, 225 at tailback. Bill Boy Bryant, 5'10", 155 wide receiver, and Brent Buhan, the split end. He's 5'11" and 180. Now we'll see Texas test the Oklahoma defensive unit, already being called by some a unit that has the potential to be one of the great defensive teams in Oklahoma history. It ain't bad right now, but there's a lot of freshmen and sophomores out there. It goes to the tailback, and Terry Orr sticks his head in the stack and comes away with a yard as the Sooner defense closes in. William Harris, 6'5", 210, tight end. John Stewart, 6'4", 270 tackle. Brian Chester at guard, 6'4", 260. Gene Chilton at center, 6'3", 280. Bruce Blackmore at guard, 6'3", 255. Greg Wright, 6'3", 250, the other tackle. That's the front offensively for the Texas Longhorns. That's quite a matchup in the middle between Gene Chilton and Tony Casillas of Oklahoma, the nose guard. Fumble on the play and a scramble for the football. I think Texas may keep it.
Well, Oklahoma chose to kick off the opening kickoff. Barry Switzer did not want the football. Wet field, rain. He'd rather the opponents have it in the first series.
Terry Orr covered the fumble defensively for Oklahoma. It's Reed, Tupper, Casillas, Brian Johnson up front with Milazzo and Bosworth, the linebackers. Johnson, Rockford, Stanberry, and Brown, the defensive secondary, and the football is sitting at the 22, where it is 3rd down and 8.
On the last play, there was faulty ball handling between Dodge and Orr. On the ground, Oklahoma had a chance to get it.
Sooner defense now shows a 4-man front. Bring the 2 corners up, and they'll try to cover the potential receivers. Man, give that ball to Terry Orr, and Orr going wide. Can't do it. Brian Bosworth, a redshirt freshman out of Irving, Texas, along with Troy Johnson, bring him down. And there's a reflection of the effectiveness of the Oklahoma defense as Texas sends out the punting team, and the Sooners should have good field position here.
Well, the Texas coaches feel this is a new era for their defensive team, back like it was in the Selma days, and that was a perfect illustration of how the defense the first series.
John Telchik, barefoot punter, out on the field, brings a towel to mop his foot in his hands, averaging just under 42 yards per punt. High snap, handles it all right, gets it away. It's a good high-hanging kick for Derek Shepard back at the 34, slips, loses his footing, and he is knocked down at the 32. A 42-yard punt for Telchik. The Sooners will come out with Danny Bradley at quarterback, an Arkansas boy, 5'10", 180. Spencer Tillman is back off injury, starting 5'11", 210, and a great one. Earl Johnson still hobbled some with a broken kneecap playing today, and Steve Sewell, who is a whacker over there at that wingback position. He oftentimes will go up into the slot. Buster Rhymes, of course, many of you may remember, as a running back, but now one of the fine split ends in the country. But Sewell will take you down. He's a good pass receiver, but having Johnson and Tillman in the same backfield for the first time this season was a tremendous lift for the Oklahoma Ball Club this week. And this is the first carry by Spencer Tillman this year. Keith Jackson is the tight end, 6'3", 235. Dillingham at tackle. David weighs 270. Jeff Pickett at guard. Jeff is in at 275. Chuck Thomas, the center, at 275. And the other guard is Eric Pope. Eric weighs in at 275. And Brent Burks at tackle, 6'7" and 270. Ooh, they are plenty big. 2nd down and 8 as Spencer Tillman gained 2 yards. Steve Sewell goes in motion. Bradley back, looks to throw, has a man wide open. Sewell, pass good, 41-yard line, a yard short of the first down.
Jeffers, the defensive back for Texas, slipped down as Sewell made an inside cut. There's a fake into the line of scrimmage to Johnson. You can see that Oklahoma is a different football team. Mac Brown, the offensive coordinator, believes in throwing the ball, and you see how wide open Sewell was. Jeffers had slipped down.
So it's at the 41, and it's 3rd down and 1.5 yards, maybe. The first man, the fullback, gets the ball. That is Earl Johnson, and he is a sophomore out of Dallas, and he is close to his first down. Looks like the mark will be enough.
Earl Johnson rushed as a freshman last year for 945 yards, missing 2 ball games, 247 against Colorado alone. And bringing in Spencer Tillman for the first time this year. Also, he's all-conference as a freshman running back last year, rushed for over 1,000 yards. These two playing for the first time in 2 weeks for the Oklahoma Sooners.
The change out on the field. The referee is John McClintock. Head linesman Dale Shores and field judge Butch Clark. They're out of the Big 8 conference. The umpire is Bill Anger. Bob Baker, the line judge, and the back judge is Ron Murphy. And there's the lineup of the Texas defensive people: McKinney, DeGrate, Heathcock, Bronner, Allert, Edwards, and James, and those linebackers are something to watch. Lott, Griffin, Braggs, and Gray, and Jerry Gray may be the best free safety in America at the college level. Certainly a premier player, to say the least. It is a first down for Oklahoma, just beyond their own 42. Bradley goes outside with it, gives the ball to Spencer Tillman, and Tillman shakes a couple of tacklers. You can see right there a man who has not carried the ball in game competition the entire season has just turned the corner and shaken off tacklers. You can see how much he can possibly mean to this team, because he averaged 5.5 yards a carry a year ago.
Watch number 5's block right there. Number 5 blocked the linebacker supporting number 16, Griffin. And Tillman goes right down for the first down. Sensational run by Tillman. First time this year he had the ball.
Ball is just inside the 45 for Oklahoma, where it's a first down. Ball on the Texas side now. Upman Johnson slashes close to the 40. Tony Edwards, the middle linebacker, stepped in and filled the hole. Tony is 6'2", 260, a senior. Ty Allert, strong side linebacker, is 6'3", 225, and June James, the weak side backer, is 6'2", 220. As I said, they are headhunters.
They're big, they're fast, they can cover the backside of the backfield. Fred Akers says they're the best group of linebackers probably they've had at Texas since he's been here.
Just short of the 40. Second down, 6. Bradley straight back, good protection, loops it downfield, penalty flag in the air, pass is incomplete, intended for Buster Rhymes, trying to get him behind James Lott. Rhymes is 6'4", Lott 6'1". The pass was awry, the penalty is called.
It's the pass interference, either offensive or defensively. We'll have to wait and see. Texas playing bump and run, man right at the line of scrimmage.
It's against Texas.
Texas fans, we should remember, Texas is a very forcing type of defense. They play bump and run at the line of scrimmage. Lott, the defensive halfback, is a world-class high jumper, 7'5". Let's watch it again right here. You're going to see right there on Rhymes the push. He cannot put his hands on him. Once the offensive man occupies the same line of scrimmage, it's illegal use of the hands. The pass was not catchable, Keith. That's the reason it's just a 5-yard penalty instead of 15.
A 5-yard illegal use of hands penalty before the ball was thrown. Automatic first down.
Well, it doesn't make any difference before the ball is thrown. It means if it was a catchable pass, really. If it was a catchable pass, it should have been pass interference.
I'm a little surprised by the size of Nebraska's score against Missouri. Thought that might be closer.
Well,
but this was a ball game right here, and a big ball game for SMU. They were undefeated coming in, and they were down 20-10 with about 6-7 minutes to play and came back to win it 24-20. It is first down, Oklahoma. The ball just short of the 35 on the Texas side of the field. We're just getting underway at the Cotton Bowl in Dallas. And the handoff goes to Tillman, and Spencer Tillman is over the 30.
Oklahoma is using an entirely different offense that I've never seen them use before. As we look at Illinois leading Ohio State 7-0. They're not running the wishbone. They're running a two-back offense, using a man in motion since Texas used it. Look at that one, 21-7 for the Air Force. Very different Oklahoma offense so far first half. Now they're back in the wishbone.
And it's 2nd down and 4. Tillman, and Spencer maybe has a yard. Down to about the 29 before Ty Allert and Stephen Braggs make the tackle. Army has come back in the 4th quarter now to go ahead of Rutgers 7-6. The Cadets are undefeated. Rutgers, pretty good football team, I'll tell you. Navy having problems. They lost a great player in McCallum. A lot of the country next week will see Boston College in West Virginia as the Mountaineers beat tough Syracuse today by 10. The game is in Morgantown. It'll be a test for BC. 3rd down and 3. They're going to run for it with Tillman, and he won't get there. They've got him down around the 26 as Tony Edwards, the middle linebacker, filled the hole and made the stop with authority.
That was a tremendous tackle by Edwards. Had Tillman been able to spin forward, he would have made the first down. As it is, he's about 2 feet short. Oklahoma's going to go for it.
No kick. Number 1, Bradley, calling his signals. He sends Rhymes and Sewell to the top of the screen. Double wide. They need a yard on 4th down to keep the ball. The right side of the Oklahoma line looked like it moved. I think might have been Jeff Pickett who moved on the right side of the line.
He moved before the snap. Oklahoma are saying that there was some talking by the defense, threw him off, but to no avail.
Speculate on Tim Lashard as he is going to get a call here, I think.
Look just to the right of the quarterback's head. I think you'll see the Oklahoma player right there. You can see ticket number 77 into the line. Boy, does that change things. Now Oklahoma has to punt the ball.
Lashard, the place kicker, his long was 32 yards, so they're going to go with a punt, try to hit a knuckleball up there and kill that ball deep. Winchester walked on and won the job. It had a good ball game and one we saw earlier this year against Pittsburgh. He just pops it up. I think he hit it too hard, though. He did. It carries into the end zone. Well, it's kind of hard to be that controlled, I guess, when you're 18, 19 years old, because he's all jacked up and caught up in the spirit of this thing, and he just kicked it too far.
We came here to make a difference.
I came here to learn.
I came here to innovate.
I came here to make music.
I came here to heal hearts.
I came here to play.
I came here to change lives.
I came here to teach.
I came here to cover Texas sports.
I came here to fight heart disease.
We came here to start a family.
I came here to get better.
I came here to provide exceptional care.
I came here to win.
University of Texas and St. David's Healthcare, the world comes here.
The University of Texas Golf Club was founded by Longhorns for Longhorns. It's an experience bigger than Bevo himself. National champions call these 18 holes home, and so can you. Enjoy our premier indoor and outdoor tennis club. Cool off in the pool and take in a burnt orange sunset as you stroll up the 18th fairway. If Austin isn't home, you can stay and play in one of our beautifully furnished casitas. The University of Texas Golf Club, where your slice is welcome as long as you hook 'em.
Remember some of the greatest games in Texas football history on Throwback Thursday.
Gonna go deep, got White wide open, got it!
I've got to be the happiest guy in America tonight.
The Horns hook their arch rival.
Throwback Thursday, 6 Central on Longhorn Network.
Passion. Want to fight? We can fight. State pride.
We hate them.
It's just bad blood. History. Two sides of one Red River.
Throws a wild one up.
Tuesday nights on Longhorn Network. Rewind the rivalry.
1973, the first time ever a Barry Switzer coach team threw the football for over 200 yards, including this one for 40 from running back Joe Washington to Tinker Owens. OU rolled for over 500 yards total offense, winning the ball game in 1973, 52-13. In the backfield, it is Rob Morshell and Jerome Johnson now. As Dodge comes back to throw it, the pressure's on, the pass is away, and it is incomplete. The intended receiver, Brett Duhan, trying to make a cut back to the inside, slipping and falling on the very wet field. If he had been able to make his cut and come back to the ball, who knows what might have happened.
Anytime the ball is underthrown like Dodge threw that pass, the receiver has advantage. He can come back, and sometimes you see some big plays. Duhan didn't have the footing. There we see.
Morshell, you got to remember, in at tailback right now was the quarterback for Texas a year ago. Fred Akers may have him in there for two reasons. One, he may be a little quicker than Orr. Two, he does offer the option pass out of the halfback position. He runs the football that time, and goodness knows Tony Casillas and Brian Bosworth made him pay for it.
Casillas, you need to double team Casillas, number 92. Barry Switzer says the best nose guard they've had since Lucius Selman. You can see him play off the block. He controls the block, a perfect nose guard play. Now he releases, separates, moves over, and makes the play with Bosworth helping him. Third and long.
Third down and 9 for Texas from their 21. Dodge goes back to the pass. Trying to set up a screen. Can't do it, and it is almost intercepted.
The ball hit an offensive lineman, and it should be a penalty, Keith, but official didn't catch it. No eligible receiver was anywhere near the ball.
Well, he threw the ball here under pressure, and maybe they're giving the benefit of the doubt that he had somebody beyond the line of scrimmage, but in trying to deliver the ball under pressure,
you see it hits the lineman, number 78, Stewart, and nearly intercepted by the...
It brings in Telchik to punt. First punt was 42 yards.
Oklahoma was very impressive with their first drive. A sustained drive that was going for it on fourth down. When a penalty pushed them back, they had to punt. Texas has yet to make a first down.
First punt by Telchik today was 42 yards. This one is angled off to the side, shorter and lower, and it gives Sherford a little bit of an opportunity. But the pursuit downfield is pretty rough. And it's a 36-yard punt with virtually no return.
She was a journalist from Austin who became a newsmaker on the White House staff. She wrote LBJ's first tragic comments as president.
A loss that cannot
Some
be waived.
unseen hand helped guide everybody that day.
She was a steadfast chief of staff to the First Lady. Then back in Texas, she spent nearly 40 years writing and attracting the who's who of speakers to her famous UT lectureship, infusing everything with her impeccable wit and wisdom. Liz Carpenter, she's a Longhorn legend.
Safe at the plate. Home run, Joe Morgan.
Rule 310.415.
Buster Posey ends it.
You can love the game.
And the Dodgers are champions.
Without loving the other guys. Sunday Night Baseball, presented by Taco Bell. Giants-Dodgers at 8. Baseball rules on ESPN.
Hook'em Horns. Boomer Sue.
There's a lot of history between Oklahoma and Texas.
We hate them.
It's just bad blood.
Burnt orange. Crimson and cream. Passion.
You want to fight? We can fight. That's what the Red River Shootout is all about.
State pride.
They are the universities of the state.
History. Two sides of one Red River.
As the first one throws a wild one up. Touchdown, Texas!
Tuesday nights on Longhorn Network. Rewind the rivalry.
Remember some of the greatest games in Texas football history on Throwback Thursday.
Gonna go deep, got White wide open, got it!
I've got to be the happiest guy in America tonight.
Epic performances.
Touchdown, Texas!
Breathtaking victories.
The Horns hook their arch rival.
Relive it all.
Hello, record book. Ricky Williams runs to the Hall of Fame.
Throwback Thursday. Kickoff is at 6 Central on Longhorn Network.
The Texas Longhorns, 3-0, ranked number 1 in the nation. The Oklahoma Sooners, 4-0, ranked number 2 in the nation. Their annual Donnybrook at the Cotton Bowl in Dallas, Texas. There is no score. With 7:22 to play in the first quarter, and only 12 times since 1943 have 1 and 2 met in regular season play. And one of those involved these two teams in 1963 when Texas came out of the number 2 spot and went on to win the national championship with a 28-7 victory. Those are the other times that 1 and 2 have met in the course of the regular season. Derek Shepard, trying to field a punt by Telchik of Texas, was injured on the Texas side, but he's a tough customer. He got up and he walked away from it. And Oklahoma will take over the football, first down at their own 45. They started the first time a little deeper on their side of the field, but then stalled down at the UT 31. It has been raining off and on all day and hard. But right now, just a little light sprinkle with Earl Johnson carrying the football and brought down by Ty Allert. And it's the first time this year in a game that Oklahoma has been able to get Spencer Tillman and Earl Johnson, their top running backs, into a game. The Georgia Bulldogs continuing to win. And Kentucky having its troubles against the Bulldogs of Mississippi State, with Florida holding to a tenuous edge over Tennessee. Derek Shepard has come back into the game now, so obviously he's all right as they set up out of the wishbone on 2nd down and 8. And Bradley's in trouble. Bradley is brought down by Ty Allert, the strong side linebacker. The strong side linebacker lines up on the tight end side, or the overshifted side if there is one. And Allard at 6'3", 225 pounds, is hard to keep out of your backfield.
Oh, he was a great football player in high school. His daddy was a coach for many, many years and is an athletic director. Number 48, he's an intense football player. Outstanding linebacker for Texas. South Carolina won a big one.
Ball is just over the 40, where it is 3rd down and close to 14. Bradley on a delay, hands off to Johnson. Johnson decked at the line of scrimmage. It brings on the Oklahoma kicking team. Bill Heathcock, at that time, a senior from Garland, Texas, made the stop for the Horns. And these two defensive teams, Frank, I think are going to control this ball game. We may be in for the sort of a struggle we had last week up at Lincoln between Oklahoma State and Nebraska, where eventually somebody bobbled a little bit and somebody cashed the chip.
Both teams believe in defense. They have quickness, they have size, and they have that intensity level that you have to be outstanding on defense.
Kelvin Epps, a track man, is the deep man for Texas. He's very, very fast. Winchester to punt it. Ball goes right through his hands. There's your problem. He slides down, and it's Texas ball at the Oklahoma 26. That's what I meant when I talked about opportunity and taking advantage of it.
Keith, when I was coached by Bobby Dodge on a wet day and kicking that football, he'd come up and he'd say, Frank, be sure you catch it. Be sure you catch it. It's wet. The first thing you've got to do is catch the ball. He emphasized that. We worked on it. And Westminster did not move over. He tried to catch it in his hand to the side, and that's a major mistake, fundamental error in the kicking game will cost you.
Texas is in business at the Oklahoma 26. Morshell ran the last series at the I-back for Texas. Now you've got Anthony Byerly is in at tailback, number 24. And Byerly has the ball. And Oklahoma has Byerly at the 25.
Well, when you have a break against you like this, normally the defense is going to come after you. They're going to blitz. They're going to do something extreme as we watch Freddie Akers and his son, number 12, signaling in the play. Danny Akers, who's the backup quarterback, 8th year at Texas. You can see his record, winningest coach in the history of the Southwest Conference.
Gain on that carry by Byerly was about a half a yard. Dodge rolls it out. Sets up and goes to the corner. His receiver falls down, and the Oklahoma man had it in his hands and then dropped it, Jim Rockford. So it's an incomplete forward pass.
Once again, we see the receiver slip down when he could have possibly made a play. The quarterback Dodge, you can see it's a bootleg. Guards pulling out in front. You can see that Dodge nearly falls. He regains his balance. He throws it, but no one's there but Oklahoma. Rockford, number 2. He goes up, but he cannot control it. Incomplete. Now, in this situation, the defense comes out. Their job is to force a field goal attempt. That's a victory for them if they can.
Terry Orr drifts into the short range, but Dodge goes deep. He's got a man wide open. Touchdown, Texas. Bill Boy Bryant. up in the clouds. The extra point kick by Jeff Ward is good. Penalty flag is flipped in the air. He's never missed an extra point. Let's see about the penalty call.
A busted coverage. Dodge reads the defense, but Brown, number 6, goes in the middle, man for man. Stanberry should have either been covering Brown. You can see he goes out and up, and you can see how wide open he is. Now, Stanberry has him, but he releases him to Brown. Brown, number 8, should have been playing this ball, but Brown took a receiver over to the inside, took himself out of the play, opened up the pass for the touchdown. We'll be right back.
Longhorn Network is now on Watch ESPN. Watch your horns on the go, on your laptop, mobile, and tablet.
Touchdown, Texas!
Available on both iOS and Android devices.
I'm John Largess. I'm the violist in the Miro String Quartet.
I'm Joshua Gindel. I'm the cellist in the Miro Quartet.
I'm William Fedkenhoyer. I'm the violinist in the Miro Quartet. And I'm Daniel Ching, violinist in the Miro Quartet.
Captivating audiences worldwide, the critically acclaimed Miro Quartet provides great prestige to UT as the faculty string quartet in residence at the Butler School of Music.
The Miro Quartet started in 1995, so we've been in existence for 17 years. We started as 4 students at the Oberlin Conservatory of Music in Ohio. Daniel and I formed the group at Oberlin. We started playing together to fulfill that credit requirement, but quickly discovered that we were both very passionate and really sort of keen and interested in making a career of it. We really pushed ourselves hard and devoted a lot of time as a group to making the quartet succeed, until we developed what we thought was a fairly stable and significant performance career. And that led us to our next phase, which was to take on a residency at a university. And we've been lucky enough and blessed to be here at the University of Texas for almost 10 years now. So here at the university, our obligations are to the students. We work with individual students, but that only makes up part of what we do within the School of Music. And then we give the university a lot of concerts, fundraisers. We do events to help promote the university, to help bring in money, and to help sort of celebrate the things that the university is doing.
That may be the most important extremity in this stadium, the foot of John Telchik, as he just bombed a punt 57 yards.
And very little return. Excellent coverage by the special team of Texas. John Hagee was down there making a tremendous play.
Sooners go to work at their 30 with Patrick Collins in the ball game for the first time at left halfback, replacing Spencer Tillman. Tillman can't play the whole day because he has not been engaged in game competition. Bradley throws a knuckleball up. There's a penalty flag downfield, and the Sooners have got a break.
I believe it's on the offense, Keith.
Really?
I believe that Reeves pushed him off. No, he didn't either.
Well, Buster's the one
Rhymes, I mean.
jumping up and down, but Bradley was just level. I mean, just clobbered as he released the ball.
Yes, it was on the offensive receiver.
Disregard the penalty. The ball is not catchable, therefore no pass interference.
Way to go, John McClintock.
I want
to watch Bradley now. What happens to him?
Well, the great number 99 is the premier defensive tackle in America. That's Adams, number 96 there. Yes, he was from the right side. You can see that he throws Bradley. I told you before, Bradley is going to be the business player in this ball game.
So there's no penalty on it. 2nd down and 10. Shepard is the wide man, the bottom of the picture. Danny Bradley whips it out very quickly. Pass caught by Patrick Collins, and Collins hits the chalk at the 33.
Keith, I don't understand the rationale of wiping off pass defense even though the pass is not catchable, because if you can't get to the ball with a defensive man holding you, certainly the pass is not catchable, and that's somewhat what happened on that particular play. I don't know how our rules committee came up with that. They did, and I guess they had good rationale. I've never seen it. Understood it.
Me either. In some sense, I can understand the good part of it. Heel, Bradley's got a problem. Danny looked upfield. He couldn't find a soul, and by the time he started to get his feet on the ground and start to move around, big Ralph Darnell was all over him. Senior out of Mesquite, number 94, and Oklahoma will go to the punt.
Never, never, never get in long yardage against Texas. Why? Because they're so big and so strong. You can see them putting the pressure on Bradley. He wants to scramble, but the turf won't allow him. 94 comes in. Darnell.
And the heat's on Winchester. Ike standing back inside his 5. Handles it all right. Gets a low punt out. Has good carry, however, and it runs Kelvin Epps back to his 37. And they tackle him at the 38. Good kick, 45-yard punt that time by Mike Winchester with 7:44 to go in the first half. And number 1 Texas leading number 2 Oklahoma 7-0.
When we created the Silverado Rally Edition, we figured, why stop there? These 4 new Silverado Special Editions are just the beginning. From this year's fastest-growing full-size truck brand, Chevy Silverado. Or choose this Silverado All-Star with a total value of $8,000 when you finance through select lenders. See your local Chevy dealer today.
Remember some of the greatest games in Texas football history on Throwback Thursday.
I've got to be the happiest guy in America tonight.
The Horns hook their arch rival.
Throwback Thursday, 6 Central on Longhorn Network.
And there's Bevo over there. And over there we have Earl firing up some sausages. And here it is, the LHN transmitter tower, pumping out Texas sports 24/7. You know, they say if you listen real close, you can hear Texas fight. You hear it? Texas fight, Texas fight, and let's go on. Texas fight. Y'all want to go fire Smokey? Yeah! Let's go. Dang it. I should have thought of that.
1977, Fred Akers, in his first game against Barry Switzer and the Oklahoma Sooners, he used a hammer named Earl Campbell on his way to the Heisman Trophy that year. Campbell ran for 124 yards, and Texas beat Oklahoma 13-6. Indeed, this old series has produced some great games. And it's 7-0 right here with Morshell and Johnson in the backfield now for Texas as they go to work from their 39. And a reverse with Kelvin Epps, the track man, and the ball squirting around. Johnson covers it for Texas.
Dodge was hit while the ball was in his hand, not protected. And the ball is going to fall right on the ground, and it's very lucky that Johnson was right there waiting because he sees the play. You can see Johnson, number 80, right there, and then number 35 for Texas,
Johnson,
which is also Jerome Johnson.
He should have given it to Epps, Frank, because Epps had 40 acres to run on.
Just believe I'd keep it up if I get it back. I wouldn't be tossing around. Now it's long yardage. Let's see if Texas will go to the air. Only once have they thrown on long yardage, and it was for a touchdown.
Ball is inside the 31. Second down and 19. Dodge going to put it up. Todd gets it away, loops it to the sidelines, and it's out of bounds. I think the Oklahoma man, Andre Johnson, came down with it, but he was out of bounds.
Oh, that was fine defensive play. Dodge shows what he does best, rolling out and throwing to the wide receiver. That ball is wet. You can see that it sails just a little bit. But right there, Johnson had great position, tries to pull it in, 1 foot, but he still is juggling the ball. He didn't have control of it. Nice 3rd and long again.
Dodge is 1 out of 5, 25 yards, but it was a big one. It put the 7 points on the scoreboard in the first quarter. We've got 6:54 to play now in the second quarter. Dodge, same setup, stops a little shorter with it on a sprint this time and throws it down the middle, and it's incomplete. He had one man, Bill Boy Bryant, going, but Bryant had drawn 2 Sooners to his side. The penalty flag thrown back up at the 26.
Casillas, number 92, is going to get double blocked. He's too good to let one man just stay there and block him. You can see that they move around. He's up on the guard. The back guard, you can see a beautiful double team to keep him off the passing.
It's also holding.
Well, I think that Oklahoma will refuse the penalty, force the punt.
A 10-yard holding penalty. On the offense, it's declined. It'll be 4th down.
Why not back him up 10?
I was going to say, Keith, with the wet field and no more passing ability that Texas has shown, and all running ability so far, I believe I'd take that 10 yards.
Shoot, it was 4th and 19. You take 10 more, you got 4th and 29.
And hope that they do throw it.
Yeah.
You got a better chance to intercept and score from here than you have to catch the punt and move the length of the field in 6.5 minutes against the Texas Longhorn defense, which is recognized as the best in the country.
Telchik is in to punt. This time Derek Shepard is deep for Oklahoma. Boy, that kid can kick. Whoa, boy, did he nail one. And it's in the end zone. Oh, that's 69-yard punt. Only fellow I know can kick that far is Jim Lampley. Oklahoma goes to work now from the 20 with Earl Johnson and Spencer Tillman in the backfield, and Bradley keeps it, wants to give it away, but Texas had penetrated, and they were shielding the trailing man Tillman away from the ball. Bradley had to keep it, and he gets whacked right at the 20.
To me, I guess I haven't seen anybody run an option play on Texas in 8 years and be effective with it. Look at now, in a wet day, what more can you want? A Texas defense like they possess and a kicker like Telchik. Boy, that's a tough combination on a wet field.
That 69-yarder is his longest ever.
I don't ever remember kicking one quite that far.
But you could dip it out of the 2, Coach.
39 yards was my average. Never return them, though.
Second down as Lydell Carr comes in at fullback. Bradley goes to the tight side of the field and gets around the corner for about 3, maybe 4, before he runs out of real estate. The one thing you could do was knock that thing dead, though. I tell you, hit the front of that ball and spin it backwards. Washington, they're at Stanford with that ball game. We were out there a couple of years ago and did a Washington-Stanford game, and Huskies were seemingly on their way to the Rose Bowl, and Stanford knocked them off, but I guess not this year. There's the big surprise they were talking about a while ago with the Illini kicking Ohio State sideways. And Alabama now out 6-0 on 2 field goals over Penn State in the 4th quarter. Ray Perkins needs a win. It would make his life much more tolerable in Tuscaloosa. Well, you got a penalty flag there. I don't know if the Texas man started too soon. Bradley scrambling up to about the 29, but it looked like there was a white shirt across the neutral zone.
Well, it's just a question of whether he was drawn by the offensive lineman who was setting back to pass. We'll just have to wait and see.
Chalmer Adams was the man, big junior out of Waco, and it's offside against the Horns.
Well, that'll put it 3rd down in about a yard, gives them a running situation. I know that if you're coaching against the Texas defense, and I keep saying it is respected more than any defense in America. It's a different concept as we look at some more scores. UCLA leading Washington State. You don't want to get long yards against Texas. Avoid it at all costs. Look at that. Great win for Air Force, 3rd in a row.
Offside on the defense. Still be 3rd down.
With 5:42 to go in the first half. Illinois now has posted Ohio State to make it 24-14 against Illinois.
2 tight ends, a running offense for the wishbone.
He needs about 1.5 yards, doesn't he? Yep, yeah. About 1.5 yards.
He'll probably go to Tillman. Yep.
Went to Carr, and I don't know if Carr got it.
He did not get it. It's the spot. According to where they spot. Yeah,
they've spotted it just over the 30.
Well, that's a 1st down. The ball was kicked over the goal line. That's a big first down. Oklahoma has got to make some big play. They've got to throw the ball short and run with it. That's what Auburn did, Keith. Auburn completed 14 out of 27 passes. The only team has come close to 50%, but they made yardage rushing, and then they were able to hit some passes on running downs. Throwing against Texas on a passing down, you've got to be an expert, sophisticated passing teams.
An old thunderstorm sitting right out.
And it's dark.
Yonder. First downs, OU has 7, Texas only 1. Their first down is good for a touchdown. Bradley pitches that ball out to Spencer Tillman, and Tillman is dropped down just over the line of scrimmage. Second down and 10. Bradley going deep. Buster Rhymes can't hold on. Number 17, Hagee, was back covering him, so the freshman makes another big play. He's 6'1", 180. Frankly, I think, Frank Broyles, that if the ball had been thrown another 10 yards, Rhymes has the speed to run it down.
Rhymes runs 9-4-100, number 4. You can see he's going on a post route. Hagee's covering him man for man. He turns and runs with him. This is the way Texas plays pass defense. Running side by side or chasing you. They don't play behind you. The ball was underthrown, as Keith mentioned. Hagee wrestles the ball free, and it goes incomplete.
And it's third down and 10. Option with Bradley. Outside to Tillman. Ball bounces away, skittering toward the sidelines, and Texas has it. Jerry Gray covers it.
Boy, you just don't pitch the ball on the option play when you're harassed by the defense way out like this, with the Tillman being only about 3 yards from him. He doesn't have time. Now Texas plays it beautifully by stringing it out. Right there, you can see that Tillman just took his eyes off of it. Number 34, I don't think he would have made anything. Gray, number 2, was right there. Another break for Texas. Oklahoma defense to rise to the occasion.
Last time Oklahoma gave it to them, they gave it to them on the 26, and Texas cashed it in. Now they've got it on the 26 again with 4 minutes to play, first half.
Throw on first down. That's usually what Freddie does.
Nope. Go to the I-back Terry Orr, the big man, and he gets 2 yards to the 24. There's Jerry Gray, All-American.
He's the best at his position for 2 reasons. One, he's a center fielder. Number 2, he's a tackler, a linebacker, led the team in tackles last year. And thirdly, an extra is he's the leader of the football team. That defensive unit believed in him. He's the one that peps them up, calls the coverages, and dictates what everybody's to do. Just a great football player.
Second down and 8 for the Horns, leading 7-0. Oklahoma 24. Dodge gives it to Orr. Orr is caught and dragged down by number 50, Dante Jones, a redshirt freshman from Dallas.
Third and long.
Dodge with a lot of time. Now goes short with it.
Bryant slipped down, Keith. Number 80 was the target. He slipped down trying to make his cut. Dodge had nobody to throw to.
Tried to dump it to Orr, and Orr wasn't anywhere near Terry, so it brings up the 4th down.
We'll see it again. Bryant, number 80, who caught the first touchdown pass, going down and out. Watch his feet as he tries to cut towards the press box. It's just like running or putting downhill, as I've said, with the grain. The feet go right out from under.
Jeff Ward is in for a field goal from 40 yards.
He's 1 out of 4 this year, 15 out of 16 last year as a freshman.
Out of foot. Good. So at 2:34 to play in the first half, the top-ranked Texas Longhorns have moved out to a 10-0 lead over number 2 Oklahoma.
He's a salesman whose business skills made him one of the top car dealers in the nation, a deal maker who put together the largest radio station company in the world, and the ultimate fan, owning professional sports teams in 3 different sports. His vision helped drive the world's most popular motorsport to Texas. And at UT, his generosity helped build stadiums and place the McCombs School of Business among the nation's elite. Red McCombs. He's a Longhorn legend.
Longhorn Network is now on Watch ESPN. Watch your Horns on the go, on your laptop, mobile, and tablet.
Touchdown, Texas!
Available on both iOS and Android devices.
Hook'em Horns. Boomer soon.
There's a lot of history between Oklahoma and Texas.
We hate them.
It's just bad blood.
Burnt orange, crimson, and cream. Passion.
You want to fight? We can fight. That's what the Red River Shootout is all about.
State pride.
They are the universities of the state.
History. Two sides of one Red River.
That's the first one. Throws a wild one up. Touchdown, Texas!
Tuesday nights on Longhorn Network. Rewind the rivalry.
Safe at the plate. Home run, Joe Morgan.
Rule 310.415.
Buster Posey ends it.
You can love the game.
And the Dodgers are champions.
Without loving the other guys. Sunday Night Baseball, presented by Taco Bell. Giants Dodgers at 8. Baseball rules on ESPN.
Hard rain coming down again, and a lot of eyebrows being moved around by umbrellas down in that crowd. As Texas leads by a score of 10-0, Buster Rhymes and Patrick Collins now will be deep to receive the Texas kick, and it goes skittering on the ground. Picked up cleanly, however, by Buster Rhymes. And Rhymes, a former running back, does a good piece of running here to get himself out to about the 28, where the Sooners will go to work. It's been a long time, Frank, since I've had to empty my shoes, but walking from the parking lot all the way around the Cotton Bowl to get in the place this morning.
You should have come early like I did. I got here before the rain.
I couldn't. It took me an hour and a half to get here.
Crowds are just tremendous on the freeway.
Oklahoma averaging 233 yards per game rushing coming into this ball game. In their previous 4 games, they have 34 so far today. Collins and Johnson, along with Sewell in the backfield. And Bradley, the quarterback, going down the line with it. Texas strings him out. Ty Allert runs him down and drops him at the 25. Number 48 makes the tackle.
When you have linebackers that run like fullbacks, why shouldn't you have a great defense? Ty Allert, number 48, just plays the play down the line, strings it out, waits for the quarterback to come to him. And you see that he can run just as fast as Bradley can. He's right there on top of him, makes the play. Once again, Texas defense showing how brilliant they are, how they play the option play is just unbelievable, successful, and there is the ring.
It's like somebody turned over a big bucket. Second down, 13. Bradley back. And he whips it to the sidelines, and the legs are taken from under the intended receiver, Sewell, by John Hagee. I thought that might have been interference.
Well, the rule is that he has to keep his hands or body off of the receiver until he's touched the ball. The judgment of the official was that the receiver had touched the ball by the time Hagee, had number 17, makes the play. Let's see if we can judge from here. Very close. Official right there. Split crew working this ball game. 3 officials from the Big 8, 3 from the Southwest Conference.
And it's third down and still about 13.
Watch out, Danny Bradley.
He runs the option. Patrick Collins can't make the cut.
Here we see the cut. The thing that we talked about earlier, the disadvantage of the wishbone on a wet field, having to turn very quickly, just impossible running this direction with the grain of the AstroTurf.
Well, you had that that's what we have at halftime. We had that at Arkansas before you took it out, where one side of the field was like sliding around on graphite, and the other side, you could make your cuts all right.
That's exactly what happened. Oklahoma's got to be careful with this punt. Catch the ball is what he's told him before he went out there. They're using up all 20. No. Shanked it.
He didn't get it.
Shanked it.
Well, he had a little trouble getting a handle on it. Little trouble getting a hold of the ball. With 51 seconds to play, Texas back in business.
Rule 310.415.
Buster Posey ends it.
You can love the game
The Dodgers are champions.
without loving the other guys. Sunday Night Baseball, Giants-Dodgers at 8. Baseball rules on ESPN.
Hook 'em horns. Boomer soon.
There's a lot of history between Oklahoma and Texas.
We hate them.
It's just bad blood.
Burnt orange, crimson and cream. Passion.
You want to fight? We can fight. That's what the Red River Shootout is all about.
State pride.
They are the universities of the state.
History. Two sides of one Red River.
That's the first one. Throws a wild one up. Touchdown, Texas.
Tuesday nights on Longhorn Network. Rewind the rivalry.
How about an oldie, but a goodie?
Yeah.
Eyes of Texas are upon you all the live long day. Eyes of Texas are upon you. You cannot get away. Do not think you can escape them at night or early in the morning. The eyes of Texas are upon you till Gabriel blows his horn. Sorry, y'all. Old habit.
Remember some of the greatest games in Texas football history on Throwback Thursday.
Gonna go deep, got White wide open, got it.
I've got to be the happiest guy in America tonight.
Epic performances.
Touchdown, Texas.
Breathtaking victories.
The Horns hook their arch rival.
Relive it all.
Hello, record book. Ricky Williams limps to the Hall of Fame.
Throwback Thursday. Kickoff is at 6 Central on Longhorn Network.
At 10.5 to go in the third quarter, still number 1 Texas 10, number 2 Oklahoma nothing. Texas backed up, ball on the Horn 2. Let's see if the Oklahoma defense lays its ears back here and goes after them. Remember, it is soggy. It is raining right now. They hand it off to the big back, Terry Orr. He pumps out to near the 5.
Well, both teams' defense have played just outstanding. Texas has made 1 first down other than their pass for a touchdown this entire ball game. So the Oklahoma defense has played just as effectively. They haven't recovered the fumbles.
Conditions not conducive to offense.
Not good footing. Keith, you made a good point. The offensive linemen have to have footing to fire out and make the blocks,
right,
and it's just hard to do.
2nd down and 7. They stay with the big back Orr.
Ball's loose.
Oh, fumble a football in the big stack at the 6-yard line.
Keith, I said if Oklahoma would score, I told you during the timeout they'll get a break here.
There's a pile of humanity on it, but it looks like Oklahoma. It is Oklahoma's football.
Once again, the kicking game is the difference, but when you run into the line of scrimmage, you can see penetration. Who was that on the right side? Must have been Flemings. He was the right tackle. He must have penetrated and reached in and knocked the ball loose. Number 93. See,
Keith Stanberry came out of there with it, so apparently Keith recovered the fumble.
Play. Barry Switzer said at halftime, play for the break. Oklahoma had 2 chances to recover fumbles deep in Texas territory in the first half. They didn't get it. Here's their break. Let's see what they can do. Texas, they hadn't scored yet.
From the 7. Johnson to the 5. Heathcock, the tackle.
Running away from the great. I don't blame them there. Running over to the left side of the Oklahoma offensive line, which has Colt and Burks, 2 seniors.
Well, this is a test of will right here, isn't it?
That's Stanberry, who recovered the fumble. He's from Mount Pleasant, Texas. Don Meredith's hometown.
Lydell Carr is in at fullback for Oklahoma, replacing Johnson. Over the top, it is Steve Sewell, wing-backing it in for the touchdown.
Watch Sewell, number 13, a senior, played a lot of position. He gets good blocking by Tillman and Johnson. Boy, look at their headgears down. Texas in there taking them on the collision. But look at the stretch out of 6'4" Sewell as he goes over the top.
The extra point try by LaShar is good. And at 9 minutes and 14 seconds to play in the third quarter, the Sooners are still in the hunt. It is now 10-7 for number 1 Texas.
When we created the Silverado Rally Edition, we figured, why stop there? These 4 new Silverado Special Editions are just the beginning. From this year's fastest-growing full-size truck brand, Chevy Silverado. Or choose this Silverado All-Star with a total value of $8,000 when you finance through select lenders. See your local Chevy dealer today.
We came here to make a difference.
I came here to learn.
I came here to innovate.
I came here to make music.
I came here to heal hearts.
I came here to play.
I came here to change lives.
I came here to teach.
I came here to cover Texas sports.
I came here to fight heart disease.
We came here to start a family.
I came here to get better.
I came here to provide exceptional care.
I came here to win.
University of Texas and St. David's Healthcare, the world comes here.
Passion.
Want to fight? We can fight.
State pride.
We hate them.
It's just bad blood.
History. 2 sides of one Red River.
Throws a wild one up.
Tuesday nights on Longhorn Network. Rewind the rivalry.
Longhorn Network is now on Watch ESPN. Watch your Horns on the go, on your laptop, mobile, and tablet.
Touchdown, Texas.
Available on both iOS and Android devices.
1978 in the Oklahoma-Texas series, it was Heisman Trophy winner Billy Sims, the hero, running for 132 yards and 2 touchdowns as Oklahoma, number 1 in the nation, going into the game, beat the Horns 31-10.
And Sims carried that football. Look at that guy. No wonder he was a Heisman Trophy winner.
Remarkable.
He was from over here in a little town called Hooks, Texas. I spent a few hours there myself.
Yes, you did.
Couldn't find him, though, before signing day.
The kickoff by Oklahoma. In and through the end zone. It'll come back to the 20, however, because the ball was cut. Yep. So Texas now has just fumbled the ball. Oklahoma recovered and scored from the 7. Now the Horns are backed up at their own 10 again.
Now, Keith, they're deciding right now whether it was a dead ball foul, meaning they put the ball on the 20-yard line and give Texas 20 yards to go for a first down, and that's what they're doing.
No, they're going back to the 10.
Yeah, but the down marker's up on the 20.
The 20, yeah. So it'll be 1st and 20. But under the circumstances and weather conditions and field condition, the most important factor is the ball is down on the Texas 10, and they just fumbled it away in their last possession.
Well, the Oklahoma touchdown recharged that football team. The penalty was just useless up on the 40-yard line. The ball was kicked over the goal line. Young man just lost his cool there a little bit. There's the offensive breakdown. You can see it's been more of a defensive struggle than anyone would have predicted.
Well, let's see if bad luck follows bad luck for Texas here. Hand the ball off inside. And Orr from the 10 to the 12.
Keith, I mentioned earlier, there's Dan Akers, the Red son. Red has proved himself to be a giant of this profession. Dan, number 12, giving the signals into the quarterback. Freddie Akers has never lost a preseason game to the conference other than Oklahoma twice. Very analytical young man, coach. Knows what he's doing. Takes everything very carefully.
2nd down, 18. Orr Fair-sized hole for him over the left side, but he really can't get enough footing to get much on it. It comes out to about the 18. So they're looking at 3rd down and about 12 now.
Pass, bootleg.
Number 40 hits him as he releases. It's an incomplete forward pass, and upfield, you've got a penalty flag. In the secondary, you had a penalty flag. Darrell Reed, a defensive end, number 40, came flying in to hit Todd Dodge as he released it. But let's see about the flag upfield.
Boy, if it's against Oklahoma, that would be a big break for Texas.
John McClintock is the man in the white hat.
And that appears to, well, the Oklahoma people are waiting there listening to the call. No, it's against Texas. It was on a forward pass behind the line of scrimmage.
They're going to wipe it off for the same reason they did before.
Same reason.
Yeah, the ball was actually thrown behind the line of scrimmage.
And so the men could be blocking, the offensive linemen could be blocking downfield. It happened down the bottom of your screen. When the ball is thrown behind the line of scrimmage, the linemen can be downfield blocking the linebackers even before the ball is caught. And that's what happened. The official wipes it off.
Now the pressure comes back to the punter. Telchik.
Over his head.
Out of the end zone. A 10-9 ball game.
Now Texas has to punt the ball from the 20, and it will be Oklahoma's ball again.
A safety for the Sooners as the ball is snapped out of the end zone by Terry Steelhammer.
One thing you try to teach your center, roll it back, but don't ever snap it over his head. You can do anything but that. Bounce it back. The kicker's always got a chance. That ball was so high, it was unbelievable. The 7-foot tall kicker could not have got that.
It is 10-9 now on the safety, and Texas will have to punt it away.
Go back and give Barry Switzer some credit here. He kicked off. It was his choice. He could have kicked off or received. He wanted to give Texas a chance to handle the ball on the wet turf, the slippery ball, and it's paid off for 9 points here. Chuck Howard, our producer, just said strange things happen in big ball games that sometimes lead to national championships. Texas has got to punt the ball. Will they place kick it or punt it? I would guess they would punt it.
Well, you come down to one of your words now, though, as far as Texas is concerned. They've got to collect themselves. It's time for poise.
Absolutely. They've got to believe their defense can still stop them as long as all 4 points have been given up by the offense. 4 scores. Safety, touchdown and field goal have all been involved with offensive mistakes. On a wet turf, rainy day, slippery ball.
Baylor, the other undefeated team in the Southwest, SMU at Baylor. SMU being the other undefeated team, just barely escaped today at Baylor, 24-21, and they were trailing in the fourth quarter, 20-10. Buster Rhymes and Derek Shepard are deep for the high-hanging punt. It's into the wind, and it's short. And a fair catch is called upfield and fumbled, and then picked up by Shepard. They're going to mark him down at the 28. David Vickers, a defensive back upfield, called fair catch. Then he fumbled the ball away, and it cost Oklahoma about 10 yards.
The officials are really thinking about what happened because the question is, can he advance? And he cannot, in my judgment, he cannot advance the ball after it's a free kick, after a fair catch signal has been given. I think that's a 5-yard penalty, which will be 1st and 15 if, in fact, it remains Oklahoma's ball. It'll be 1st and 15, I think. Now their discussion. I haven't seen that in a long, long time, Keith.
I had a letter from somebody wondering last week, off last week's ball game, as to why when he picked up a fumble, he wasn't allowed to go on and score.
Well, if he picked up the fumble after the attempted at a fair catch, I don't believe he can advance the ball. I believe it's a penalty to try to advance it. Let's see if... No, I guess he can. So it's 1st and 10 only. I guess since he fumbled the fair catch signal, anybody that can, it's anybody's ball. It'd be Texas ball. If they recovered it, Oklahoma can certainly advance it.
Oklahoma's 10 possessions thus far in the ball game have been 6 punts, a fumble, a muffed punt, and a touchdown.
Starting from the 6-yard line. Straight at him.
Earl Johnson and Spencer Tillman. This is Johnson. And from the 29, where they have put it down, he gets out near the 31, so give him a couple of yards. Washington big now over Stanford, 34-3. And Wyoming has jumped ahead of BYU in the third quarter, 32-27. That's a wishbone team, Wyoming. Nebraska beat Missouri by 10. As we told you, SMU got past Baylor. Baylor always plays SMU tough.
They certainly do, Keith.
Ohio State's gone ahead of Illinois, 28-27, after being behind at one time, 24-7. Second down and 8. They stay with their ground game. Johnson and Tillman are the running backs right now. Air Force beat Notre Dame 21-7. I'm going to say something here before you say it.
Okay.
Having watched Notre Dame over the last 3 years, and having watched the team under Jerry Faust, who is a lovely man, I have the feeling that Jerry Faust as a head coach is not tough enough on his football players. I don't think it's a tough team.
Some people say he might not push his players hard enough, but the question and speculation is what's going to happen at the end of this year should he lose at least any more games. I happen to believe that Notre Dame will let him finish out his contract, and Jerry Faust is not a punter, and he'll be back next year. The only thing that could change that would be Notre Dame make the decision.
6.5 minutes to go in the third quarter in a 10-9 ball game.
He majored in engineering and was in the Longhorn Band before getting a job in oil production in 1975. In 4 decades at the same company, he worked assignments around the world, from Texas to Yemen, Russia, and the Caspian Sea. He's also an Eagle Scout whose service and leadership with the Boy Scouts of America has spanned a lifetime. So he was prepared in 2006 when he was named chairman and CEO of one of the largest companies in the world, ExxonMobil. Rex Tillerson. He's a Longhorn legend.
Hook'em Horns. Boomer Sue.
There's a lot of history between Oklahoma and Texas.
We hate them.
It's just bad blood.
Burnt orange. Crimson and cream. Passion.
You want to fight? We can fight. That's what the Red River Shootout is all about.
State pride.
They are the universities of the state.
History. 2 sides of one Red River.
As the first one throws a wild one up. Touchdown, Texas!
Tuesday nights on Longhorn Network. Rewind the rivalry.
Remember some of the greatest games in Texas football history on Throwback Thursday.
Gonna go deep, got White wide open, got it!
I've got to be the happiest guy in America tonight.
Epic performances.
Touchdown, Texas!
Breathtaking victories.
The Horns hook their arch rival.
Relive it all.
Hello, record book. Ricky Williams limps to the Hall of Fame.
Throwback Thursday. Kickoff is at 6 Central on Longhorn Network.
6.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Oklahoma's football. They're looking at 3rd down and 4. The ball is marked at the 35 of Oklahoma, and Texas leads by a point. They are 2 out of 9, the Sooners are, in 3rd down conversions today. Watching this game evolve, I think it also strengthens the point, Frank, that there perhaps is not a real dominant football team in the land this year at college level.
Keith, I think that's true. Texas is kind of reloading this year. They're not rebuilding, they're just reloading, and they're still pretty good. This turf has changed things dramatically.
Bradley back, whips it out here. His receiver, Sewell, falling down, catches the football at the 40.
It wasn't very good a pass. The ball's thrown way behind Sewell. He's wide open. Texas linebackers were supposed to cover him in the flat. They're nowhere near there. You could see how much yardage Sewell could have made had it been an accurate pass, but it was enough for a first down.
Only once before in regular season play, when numbers 1 and 2 have met, has number 2 won. Texas did it with Duke Carlisle at quarterback, and Duke is here watching the game today. and went on to beat Oklahoma 28-7 and claim the national title. Earl Johnson and Spencer Tillman. This is Tillman. And Tillman, of all the running backs on the field, seems to be able to effect some decent posture and grip on the wet surface.
Keith, I believe I'd find out what kind of shoes he's got on, because you're exactly right. His little feet run like pistons. That's one thing. He doesn't lift them very much. They're right very close to the ground.
All great running backs are skaters.
You're exactly right. If they've got their feet up in the air very much, they're going to get hit hard and hurt.
Tillman, 14 carries in the game for 68 yards. Carr is the fullback. That's Tillman again. He weighs 210 pounds, stands 5'11", so once he gets some momentum, he lays a pretty good lick on you.
Well, this Oklahoma team are doing exactly what Barry Switzer said, running right at the Texas defense, trying to pin them down. Texas got so much speed, and I guess trying to looking ahead to see which one of these teams, if they won, could they go ahead and win the national championship. I think either one of them would have an excellent chance because, Chief, of the defense. The defense of Oklahoma and Texas, I think, are superior to any that we've seen this year. And when you got good defense, good kicking, and when Tillman and Johnson get well and dry field, either team could go all the way.
48-yard line. It's 3rd down and 2 for the Sooners. They give the ball to Tillman, and he pops it. Tried to cut back as Jerry Gray came across to make contact, lost his footing, and down he went. But it's a 1st down for Oklahoma, just short of the Texas 40.
Look at the blocking on the right side of your line. Look at the hole. Texas got everybody up on the line of scrimmage. The 2 lead backs brought right through the line of scrimmage. Sewell and Johnson, and look at the wide open. Gray is the only man that could prevent a touchdown, but he's just the best in his trade. Number 2, All-American free safety. Prevented the touchdown.
Tillman is out. Collins is in for the Sooners. The ball is just inside the Texas 41.
Give the ball to fullback.
Carr. Whack.
Collins, the great number 99, believe it or not, is 6'4", 287. Maybe the biggest mobile, fast man we have in playing defense in America today. Watch him take on Pickett, release, as a good linebacker does, a good lineman does, and makes the play along with help from his teammates.
I mean, he put him on his back.
Oh, yeah, just weighs 287.
2nd down, about 10. Well, that's Sewell. Steve Sewell is the quiet member of the backfield for Oklahoma. He was very prominent, however, when Tillman and Johnson were both missing from the lineup. But he's 6'4", 205 out of San Francisco. And BYU now back in front, 33-32. That ball's flying around out there, I'll bet you. And Ohio State has stretched it out now to an 8-point lead over Illinois. So the Buckeyes are storming back.
Keith, I want to pick up on that point about Sewell on the next play. Carry on what you're saying.
3rd, 5.5. Bradley loops it up in the air. He's got Sewell downfield. He caught it. And it's good. He had a foot in bounds at the 11 of Texas.
This is the same pattern that Arkansas scored on Texas when they were number 1 3 years ago. It's forcing the linebacker to cover the halfback out of the backfield. And he's nowhere around. You can see how wide open Sewell is. The men traded him for the linebacker who was supposed to cover him. If he has possession of the ball and he's got both feet in bounds, he's got control of the ball, a legal reception.
Great catch by Sewell.
We were just talking about Sewell. He's a senior having his best year.
Tillman is back. Outside goes Sewell. Touchdown. Steve Sewell has scored both Oklahoma touchdowns, and the Sooners are storming in the 2nd half. They trailed 10-0 at halftime. They have come back now in the 3rd quarter to score 15 points. You've got 3:02 left in the 3rd quarter. And right now they're trying to make up their mind whether to go for 2.
Oklahoma seems to be going for two, Keith. They lead by 15 points. Let's look at the touchdown again. Watch the left end. No. Regular play right here. Watch the blocking of the halfback. Tillman, number 34, makes the block. Then Sewell, recognizing that he can break to the outside, and he does for the touchdown. Just a second effort. Now let's watch the blocking. Number 85 goes in for the linebacker, and that's Barry Hill, the tight end. He's going in, block the linebacker. Now the back is going to come out, Spencer Tillman. Watch Tillman right there. You see that the Oklahoma linemen got everybody bunched up right there. No one grasped, though, and the Texas defense relaxes just a little bit. And Sewell breaks to the outside, picking up the block of Tillman, and goes in for the touchdown.
That's an impressive possession, 71 yards in 10 plays on weather conditions like this. And it's raining again, and they're going for two. Bradley wants to throw it, loops it towards Sewell, off his hands, incomplete. Stephen Braggs came over and got a hand on it, and even though Steve Sewell was able to get his hands on it, he could not hold it. In 6 minutes and 12 seconds of the third quarter, Oklahoma has scored 15 points, and they lead by 5.
They did exactly what Barry Switzer said they had to do. The impressive thing is that drive, 10 plays, 71 yards, the key being the deep pass to Sewell, coming out of the backfield, forcing the linebacker to try to cover him. He couldn't do it. The big play that took the momentum away from Texas and gave it continued to Oklahoma, and they took it right on in for the touchdown.
Well, Sewell was the man in that possession, in that march.
Did most of every key play. The third down yardage, he went right through for the first down. Touchdown, the reception. He caught the pass up here, Keith, when he was laying on the ground for the first down.
Lashar kicks it off. That's a very high hanger, hard to handle, but it is handled well by Kelvin Epps. Epps looking for some room on the sidelines. He's a sprinter, and he runs out of bounds. But not before he reaches the 37-yard line.
The University of Texas Golf Club was founded by Longhorns for Longhorns. It's an experience bigger than Bebo himself. National champions call these 18 holes home, and so can you. Enjoy our premier indoor and outdoor tennis club. Cool off in the pool and take in a burnt orange sunset as you stroll up the 18th fairway. If Austin isn't home, you can stay and play in one of our beautifully furnished casitas. The University of Texas Golf Club, where your slice is welcome as long as you hook 'em.
And there's Bevo over there. And over there we have Earl firing up some sausages. And here it is, the LHN transmitter tower, pumping out Texas sports 24/7. You know, they say if you listen real close, you can hear Texas fight. You hear it? Shh. Texas fight, Texas fight, and let's go on. Texas fight.
Y'all want to go fire Smokey?
Yeah!
Let's go.
Dang it. I should have thought of that.
Safe at the plate. Home run, Joe Morgan.
Rule 310.415.
Buster Posey ends it.
You can love the game.
And the Dodgers are champions.
Without loving the other guys. Sunday Night Baseball, presented by Taco Bell. Giants-Dodgers at 8. Baseball rules on ESPN.
Longhorn Network is now on Watch ESPN. Watch your Horns on the go, on your laptop, mobile, and tablet.
Touchdown, Texas.
Available on both iOS and Android devices.
Here come the Sooners, first down at their 22, leading by 5. Texas got to pin them up here. Steve Sewell, Earl Johnson, and Spencer Tillman. Set in the wishbone. Bradley gives it to Sewell, and outside goes Steve to the 25 for 3 yards. Braggs makes the tackle for Texas. In case it's crossed your mind, Texas has to play Arkansas next, and they play them at Austin. Oklahoma will be playing Iowa State. It's kind of rough to run into Arkansas and Oklahoma back-to-back.
Texas had a most difficult schedule I can ever remember, opening up with Auburn, who had picked before the season to be #1, then playing a Penn State team up in New York, winning both of those ball games. And that's how they got to be #1. When Texas beat those two teams, they deserved to be ranked.
Well, they got Oklahoma, Arkansas, and SMU all in a row here.
Brady Aikens has been trying to get that schedule changed.
Second down at about 7. Here's a little skating in the middle by Spencer Tillman. He's a couple of yards short of his first. He's about a yard and a half short of his first down.
I continue to brag on the Texas defensive secondary because they are outstanding tacklers as well as pass coverage. The opposing teams have only completed passes for a total of 37% this year. Penn State was 14 out of 40, and Rice was 13 out of 44. Not a touchdown pass thrown against Texas this year.
Third down and 2. Tillman, he's close to it. He's got it. He's got a first down.
Second effort, Keith. The Texas defensive backs are just outstanding. We go back for the last 8 years. They've got something like 10 of the defensive backs that played here in Texas in playing in NFL. One of them, Churchman, is hurt and cannot play anymore, but they've just had outstanding play. What Texas does is puts their best, fastest players on defense as the cornerbacks, play man for man with them, and they are been outstanding and tough on college offenses.
Marcy Cade just signed the other day. He couldn't make a deal with San Diego. He signed with the Memphis Showboats.
Yes, I saw that. He was the #1 draft pick by San Diego.
First down, Oklahoma, 33. Upman Carr, the fullback, and a yard. That's all. Meantime, the clock just keeps on grinding.
That's a perfect point. That's all Oklahoma wants to do is make as many. Look at these stats. Texas, 39 yards the first quarter, -5. 28 the third, -6. And look at Oklahoma, just a little bit better the third quarter. When they came out of that dressing room, Keith, 92 yards, they put things together, both offensive and defensive. Texas made the mistakes, and now Oklahoma leads the game.
That's Spencer Tillman running the football, and he's out near the 40. So it'll be third down and a good 4 yards.
Here's Alec, number 48. Look at his stance. He's been over in what we call a football position, meaning he can react in any direction. He can make the tackle. He takes the fake outside, turns back in, and helps along with Bragg's number 6.
Third and 4.
Oh, another big play for the Oklahoma offensive line to win the battle.
Steve Sewell, first down, Texas 49.
6'4", 210 pounds. He's been a wide receiver. He's been a wing back. He's been a running back. But how he is playing today. Look at the blocking. Just an old power play. Pickett 71, 45 Carr, 85 the tight end. That's the kind of football you need to have when you've got to make first down. Number 85 pulling around there, Barry Hill.
The rain is
tight end.
Rain is pelting down. The ball is marked just over midfield. First down for the Sooners. Johnson, a couple of yards to the 48. If you go back to the beginning of the year, Auburn was picked #1. Texas beat them. Miami was up there. They got beat a couple of times. Nebraska was up there for a while. They lose at Syracuse. Texas has been up there a couple of weeks. They're in trouble now against Oklahoma. 15-10, the Sooners. And 9.5 minutes to play in the game.
Still, it's good to be ranked #1. I'm telling you, those are some great powerhouses that you mentioned, traditional football teams. Bradley spends a time out to find out what he wants to do.
And the sky is just a dark gray now, and the rain is just pelting out of it.
Remember some of the greatest games in Texas football history on Throwback Thursday.
Gonna go deep, got White wide open, got it!
I've got to be the happiest guy in America tonight.
Epic performances.
Touchdown, Texas!
breathtaking victories.
The Horns hook their arch rival.
Relive it all.
Hello, record book. Ricky Williams limps to the Hall of Fame.
Throwback Thursday. Kickoff is at 6 Central on Longhorn Network.
This is the greatest day of my life.
Longhorn Network is now on Watch ESPN. Watch your Horns on the go, on your laptop, mobile, and tablet.
Touchdown, Texas.
Available on both iOS and Android devices.
This UT Law graduate became active in politics, serving on the staff of Senator Lloyd Bentsen. He was appointed Texas Secretary of State. Then in 1995, he became the first African-American mayor of Dallas.
And we're going to go to work to rebuild this city.
In 2009, President Obama appointed him to his cabinet as the U.S. Trade Representative, the president's principal advisor and negotiator on trade issues. Ron Kirk, he's a Longhorn legend.
Hook 'em Horns. Boomer soon.
There's a lot of history between Oklahoma and Texas.
We hate them.
It's just bad blood.
Burnt orange, crimson and cream. Passion.
You want to fight? We can fight. That's what the Red River Shootout is all about.
State pride.
They are the universities of the state.
History. Two sides of one Red River.
That's the first one. Throws a wild one up. Touchdown, Texas.
Tuesday nights on Longhorn Network. Rewind the rivalry.
Here's a view, a perspective of the kind of weather we've got in Dallas. It's second down, long 8 for Oklahoma. They're on the Texas side of the field now. There goes Spencer Tillman. For those quick feet. He has, he just stands out with the balance that he's able to affect under these conditions, and so a few other people can do it.
The offensive line is the key to this victory if Oklahoma still wins. Number 73 is all conference. Watch him block over on Darnell, 94. All he's got to do is screen him out. He turns him, he stands up, the off-guard Pope and the tackle Burks pull and lead the play, and another nice game for Oklahoma.
Tillman has 100 yards now on 20 carries. Seems remarkable somebody could gain 100 yards on a day like this. Gain 100 yards against Texas on any kind of day. Tillman again, slashing over the left side and going for the first down. It was 3rd and 3, and he got about 6.
And Keith, your term slashing was very appropriate because he cut. He didn't slip down running to the left away from the AstroTurf leaning this way. He made a good cut and just sliced through there for the first down in behind Burks. And this is the first game he's played. He hasn't scrimmaged any time since last spring. He pulled his muscle in his leg back in the two-a-day practices in shorts, and he has not been able to practice until a week ago.
He'll be walking gently tomorrow.
He'll be sore. But how he has performed.
Carr, fullback, yard, that's it. Bold backwards. Trying to keep it inside where it's safest. 7.5 minutes to play in the ball game. Looking at 3rd and long now.
Well, that Tony the Great made a sensational play. If he doesn't make the play, Tillman's in the secondary. Might make a long run, could even score. The Great ran around the block. Texas penetrates so much, and if they do get blocked inside, they have the speed to turn back out and make the play. The Great was sensational on that. The Great, there he is, number 99. I think he's the best at his position in America. 287 pounds, 6'4".
Ledbetter is in at fullback now for Oklahoma on 3rd and 8. Bradley, down he goes. Number 63, Tony Edwards, the linebacker, blitzing. So Edwards makes the big defensive play for Texas and shoves them all the way back to the 47. Oklahoma will punt.
Two of Texas linebackers are blitzing. 63, Edwards is there first. June James, number 62, is coming, and he's the second man that gets to him, along with a couple of the linemen, and it's a punting situation.
Winchester.
Think he's thinking about catching the ball? You better believe it. Penalty flag.
It's a good kick into the wind, and They've got a chance to kill it now. Takes a big bounce and goes on through there and out off the field of play.
Let me just say this. The kicker, Winchester, had his knee on the ground to catch that low snap.
Yes, he did.
If he hadn't raised his knee up on just an instant, it would have been Texas ball right back here.
Yeah, but it's penalty flag up here, and they're talking now.
Texas will go back and make them kick it again, I believe. But I don't know whether we have a shot on the kicker, but it was very close to watch the kicker. If his knee, watch him put his right knee on the ground. Now, he's got possession of the ball. That ball belongs to Texas right there. I've seen it happen before. That is Texas ball right there, and they could refuse the penalty. But he didn't call it. I have a good view of it.
There's a formation on the kicking team that's been declined. There'll be first down.
Well, I don't know why they declined the penalty. I'd make him kick it again.
Oh, I would too. He's missed 2 or 3. I don't know why in the world they don't make him kick it.
47-yard punt there, and we have seen him on a couple of occasions hit it in the 20. 6:08 to play in the ball game, and the Sooners by 5.
We came here to make a difference.
I came here to learn.
I came here to innovate.
I came here to make music.
I came here to heal hearts.
I came here to play.
I came here to change lives.
I came here to teach.
I came here to cover Texas sports.
I came here to fight heart disease.
We came here to start a family.
I came here to get better.
I came here to provide exceptional care.
I came here to win.
University of Texas and St. David's Healthcare, the world comes here.
Safe at the plate. Home run, Joe Morgan.
Rule 310.415.
Buster Posey ends it.
You can love the game.
And the Dodgers are champions.
Without loving the other guys. Sunday Night Baseball, presented by Taco Bell. Giants-Dodgers at 8. Baseball rules on ESPN.
Well, there's Tony Edwards, the man that made that big play, forcing the punt. He's trying to jack up the offense. OU held the ball over 7 minutes, their longest possession of the game. And here's Texas now, first down from its 20, trailing by 5 points with 6:08 to play in the game. A first down pass by Dodge, trying to set up one over the middle. He's got it. And the pass is caught by William Harris, the tight end, and Harris runs the ball out near the 40 for a first down. So they're off the hook.
This is the same play that Harris ran 84 yards for a touchdown against Penn State. It's the fake of a screen. Everybody goes out with a screen, but oh, wait a minute. Look here, what have we got? A tight end lane right over the middle. The linebackers that chase the back. Only one man, Brown, to make the tackle. Otherwise, it's a touchdown.
Second pass completion of the game for Dodge. 5:47 to play. Dodge pitches the ball back to Kevin Nelson. Nelson finds a little daylight. A lot of daylight. Oh, a whole lot of daylight. It's a foot race. And he's out of bounds. Thrown out around the 4 by Andre Johnson. They put him on the 2.
See, that's the effort for national championship. Nelson, just a freshman. Watch his determination. The first time we've seen the pitch play, a great block by the flanker. The key really was Duhon. Number 7 made the key block. 19, Stanberry is all Big 8. He misses the tackle. Johnson, the fastest man in the secondary, makes the play. Duhon, though, made the key block, or either Brian, which one it was, I couldn't see. Bryant, number 80, made the key block. It was run into the formation. I thought it was towards the split end.
58 yards on the play.
Watch Bryant, who's only 155 pounds. The key is he blocks Redford, but that's not all. Watch him keep rolling. Watch him keep rolling. Don't give up. Keep rolling. Keep rolling right there. That's the secret. That's what we call a roll block, and that was perfect execution.
First down and goal to go, Texas at the Oklahoma 2. Terry Orr back in at I-back, the big man, and he hits it down to the 1.
How strange things can turn around. Who is going to make the big play? Would you think it would be a freshman tailback, listed number 3 in the lineup, played only a few plays, fresh, has that speed, and he was a difference in that play was his speed, determination, just a freshman.
In the 12 times that 1 and 2 have met in regular season play since 1943, 2 has won only 1 time. Second down and goal. At the Oklahoma 1, it's Orr. Notion. They deny it at the line of scrimmage.
Now will Freddie Akers try to gamble a little bit? Sometimes he tries to go outside. It's going to be interesting. I believe I would stay with that big horse. And behind that offensive line, the most experienced side of that offensive line is on the left. They're running right at Tupper. Boy, that Tupper got penetration, and Bosworth came over the top. Just as pretty a defensive play as you could make. Too close to go outside. 2 downs to make 1 yard for a national championship potentially.
Third and goal. Orr. He didn't make it.
Nope. And he didn't make it. Great second effort by the linebacker. Now what do you do? What a gutty defensive effort by the Oklahoma lineman and linebacker. I'd take time out.
They do. I might take that whole offensive line across the field and say, hey, fellas, y'all realize what this is all about?
Remember some of the greatest games in Texas football history on Throwback Thursday.
Gonna go deep, got White wide open, got it!
I've got to be the happiest guy in America tonight.
The Horns hook their arch rival.
Throwback Thursday, 6 Central on Longhorn Network.
Longhorn Network is now on Watch ESPN. Watch your Horns on the go, on your laptop, mobile, and tablet.
Touchdown, Texas!
Available on both iOS and Android devices.
Safe at the plate! Home run, Joe Morgan!
Rule 310.415.
Buster Posey ends it!
You can love the game.
And the Dodgers are champions!
Without loving the other guys. Sunday Night Baseball, presented by Taco Bell. Giants Dodgers at 8. Baseball rules on ESPN.
Passion.
Want to fight? We can fight.
State pride.
We hate them.
It's just bad blood.
History. 2 sides of one Red River.
Throws a wild one up!
Tuesday nights on Longhorn Network. Rewind the rivalry.
How about an oldie, but a goodie?
Yeah.
The eyes of Texas are upon you all the live long day. The eyes of Texas are upon you. You cannot get away. Do not think you can escape them at night or early in the morning. The eyes of Texas are upon you till Gabriel blows his horn. Sorry, y'all. Old habit.
Kevin Nelson has come back in at the I-back position for Texas. Texas just inches away from the Oklahoma goal line. It was Nelson who made the big play that gave them this opportunity to regain the lead. I wouldn't be surprised to see him get the ball. He's got it on a sweep right. Oklahoma stringing him up. They got him! They got him at the 3-yard line.
Can't cut, Keith.
Nope.
No way to cut. Didn't have a chance. A goody defense. He's going to play 11 men. Watch Switzer right here. Let's see if we can get his reaction once he realizes the defense made the play.
He jumped too high. We couldn't see it.
Jumped out of the picture. Well, Texas got how many timeouts they got, Keith? Can you tell? I can't find it. Let's see Switzer's, Akers' reaction.
They got one timeout. Texas does. Oklahoma, I don't think has any. They got the Sooners. They're trying to pin them down now. The ball is on the 3, and Danny Bradley, the quarterback, just takes it and wedges out close to the 5. Time remaining, 3:43.
Keith, they'll be talking about that goal line stand in Texas and Oklahoma for years to come. Remember the one in a similar situation when Alabama stopped Penn State on the 1-yard line?
Sugar Bowl for a national
in the
championship.
Sugar Bowl for the national championship, 1 against 2. Never forget the play of the linebackers. That was the key in that one, the key in this one too. Uh-oh. Now normally Texas would get a break, but since the clock was running, they'll penalize them, and Oklahoma can use another 25 seconds because the officials will start the clock as soon as the ball is ready for play, and Oklahoma should stay in the huddle until they have the last few seconds of the 25. Now, he should start the clock again right here, and that would, as soon as he gets the penalty marked, and that'll give Oklahoma really 50 seconds to put this one play in the
False start on the offense. It is still second down.
Now he should start the clock right there. He's waiting a long time. Now he should wind it. There he goes. There goes the clock. So Oklahoma has 25 seconds again before they have to put the ball into play.
Second down, 11, inside the 3. Bradley just hanging on to it.
Now the question is, will Texas give a safety or will they punt it out?
Oklahoma.
This is a big decision because they lead by 5 points. Here's the man who's got the pressure, Winchester, who's had some bad moments today. Fumbled the snap, kicked 2, sliced them off his side of his foot. Excuse me. I think they should give him a safety too and line up on the 20. Although a field goal would tie him, I believe they'll give him a safety right here if they don't make the first down.
They don't.
Now the big question for Switzer. Will he give a safety? Texas is trying to get that.
That'll be the last one. So both teams now are out of timeout. 2 minutes, 11 seconds to play in the ball game.
When we created the Silverado Rally Edition, we figured, why stop there? These 4 new Silverado Special Editions are just the beginning. From this year's fastest growing full-size truck brand, Chevy Silverado. Or choose this Silverado All-Star with a total value of $8,000 when you finance through select lenders. See your local Chevy dealer today.
The University of Texas Golf Club was founded by Longhorns for Longhorns. It's an experience bigger than Bebo himself. National champions call these 18 holes home, and so can you. Enjoy our premier indoor and outdoor tennis club. Cool off in the pool and take in a burnt orange sunset as you stroll up the 18th fairway. If Austin isn't home, you can stay and play in one of our beautifully furnished casitas. The University of Texas Golf Club, where your slice is welcome as long as you hook 'em.
She's an MBA graduate who became the first Latina to reach the executive level at AT&T. She spent nearly a decade as CEO of the Hispanic Scholarship Fund, raising $280 million, along with expectations in the Latino community. Then in Washington, she served as our nation's top official on higher education. Today, she remains a key advisor for some of the world's leading corporate and educational organizations. Sarah Martinez Tucker. She's a Longhorn legend.
Passion.
Want to fight? We can fight.
State pride.
We hate them.
It's just bad blood.
History. Two sides of one Red River.
Throws a wild one up.
Tuesday nights on Longhorn Network. Rewind the rivalry.
Remember some of the greatest games in Texas football history on Throwback Thursday.
Gotta go deep, got White wide open, got it!
I've got to be the happiest guy in America tonight.
The Horns hook their arch rival.
Throwback Thursday, 6 Central on Longhorn Network.
It is 4th down, and there's confusion over how many timeouts remain. The scoreboard shows none for either team. Dave Burnson thinks Oklahoma's got 2. The official scorer says 1.
This is a big decision for Switzer, whether he'll give him the safety or not. I personally think the percentage play is with the safety.
There it is. So they gave him the safety to make it a 15-12 ball game, but again, it raises the other specter that a field goal could affect a tie. Now you got some heat on Winchester to hit that ball as far as he can.
And he's kicking into a brisk wind. Although, Keith, I believe the wind died down a little bit. It has. Late in the afternoon, sometimes it does. I believe I'd get over here on the right hash market. If my memory is correct, the wind swirls in this Cotton Bowl, and you can kick into the wind from this hash mark, and it swirl back and get the wind sometimes.
His best punt today was a 53-yarder into the wind. He also had a 47-yarder, but he's also had a 22 and a 21. Well, he got a good one. Kelvin Evans comes back to the 44 and 2:04 to play in the ball game. Now it's up to the Texas offense. They couldn't punch it in. 1st and goal at the Oklahoma 2.
What a goal line stand by the Oklahoma defense. After a 58-yard run, to stand up and stop a team as powerful and big as Texas is tremendous character. Tremendous character.
Kevin Nelson is the I-back. Jerome Johnson is the fullback. They send Nelson wide into the slot, give him 3 wide receivers. And Dodge back. Throws it short to his fullback Johnson out of the backfield. Johnson makes something out of nothing. Ball squirting loose.
He called it dead, though, Keith. He called it dead.
It's been called down at the 40, near the 47 of Oklahoma. He was on the ground when the ball came popping out.
But I wonder which Oklahoma player made the contact. The second man up knocks the ball out, and he makes some contact. There's Bosworth. It wasn't him. Now Johnson hits him first. Oh, boy. That
42,
ball is...
Paul Miliazzo.
Miliazzo. The ball was loose.
Ball is on the 47 of Texas, and it's 2nd down and 7. Dodge back. Down the middle. Off Harris. Cannot pull it down. Just off his fingertips. So it is 3rd down and 7.
Harris is 6'5", weighed 205 last spring. Now at 235, you can see he goes up, makes a great effort, juggles the ball, but it goes to the turf incomplete. 3rd down and 8, Keith.
I was worried he was going to drown. There's a lot of water that's fallen out of the sky here in this city today. Texas is 1 out of 9 on 3rd down conversions. There's your time remaining. Dodge gets it off in a hurry, and it is incomplete, and penalty flags are thrown, and I think Oklahoma may get dinged here with pass interference as Brent Duhan was shielded away from a fair effort at the ball.
Well, the rule says that once an offensive player gets territorial rights is in place, let's see what, there's a lot of discussion there. So the penalty is either 15 yards if it's more than 15 yards. If it's less than 15 yards, it's an automatic 1st down at the spot. And that's what it seems to be.
It's going to be a Texas 1st down.
Yes.
On the defense. 1st down.
Let's see. Duhan, number 7, is curling up. Now, once he gets... Now, that's a legal contact right there. But if the ball was in the air, then Stanberry was illegal. The ball had already been thrown, obviously. If the ball had not been thrown, it was a legal shove.
Now it's at the Oklahoma 41, 15-12 ball game. Oklahoma leading, minute and 15 to play. Todd Dodge to the sidelines, can't grip the ball. He tried to shoot one over there to Duhan, and it's virtually impossible to get any zip on it right now. And of course, Jeff Ward, whose longest field goal of the year was longest field goal of his career was 32 yards. That came against SMU last year. He may be called on here to perform a Bunyan-esque feat on this wet day.
That's tremendous pressure for a sophomore who had a great freshman year, but he's been a little bit erratic this year.
They need at least 15 more yards, though, to give him a fair chance at it. Todd Dodge looking and looking and looking. Now lobs one, incomplete. Pass intended for Rob Morshell, coming out of the backfield and defended by Andre Johnson.
I think one more completion would give him a chance, since he has the wind to his back for the field goal. But would Texas go for the field goal? I guess they would. As Keith said, number 1 team seldom go for the tie early in the season. Maybe it's a good move.
Well, you got a better chance to be number 1 probably with a tie than you have with a loss. That's my only rationale on it. 3rd and 10. They need one here. Little lob over the middle to Terry Orr, and Orr is short of the first down by a yard, maybe 2 yards, but they do have the ball inside the 35.
See where they spotted, Keith. It's going to be 2.5 yards or 2 yards for a first down on 4th down.
You got 53 seconds to play.
And I'm wondering why they stopped the clock. Why aren't they running the clock? Or did Texas take a timeout if they had one left?
They don't have one.
Well, the clock has stopped, has not moved for a good period here.
Get a new ball. Fresh football.
Well, you don't stop the clock for that. They've held that ball. I guess Texas had a timeout, Keith. They haven't moved the clock at all.
No, he didn't indicate timeout.
Defense, offside, it is still 3rd down.
Oh, 5-yard penalty.
I never saw the flag.
I never did either. They must have lined up offside. I didn't see anybody jump. Now they're starting the clock. Once the clock gets inside the 25 seconds, the team that's behind, they will not stop the clock on a penalty by the defense.
3rd and 5. From the 37, Dodge. Gets it off over the middle. Harris has got it. The tight end's got a first down at the Oklahoma 21-yard line. You've got 34 seconds to play in the football game. They are now within reasonable distance for Ward.
The 2-minute offense. Clock is stopped for the team.
Dodge is trying to shut down the Texas band so he can get a little less noise ringing in his ears. He's got to throw the ball out of bounds. He throws and completes the... No, it's not good.
Out of bounds.
Out of bounds. Duhan, he has killed the clock, however, with 26 seconds to play. Wouldn't you throw it in the end zone one time?
There's number 23, Ward. The pressure's really on him.
Wouldn't you throw it in the end zone?
Oh, absolutely. I would be sure that we don't get tackled for a loss. If they don't have any timeouts and get tackled for a loss, it's questionable whether they can get a field goal off, but they need to throw the ball in the end zone. Texas, number 1, needs a victory, and they're going to go for it. Duhan is their key man. Brown is their key man. Harris, the tight end.
Bill Boy Bryant. They come this way with it. Pressure's on. Todges passes away, and it's caught by Bryant at the 10. That could be another first down, and now they are definitely in field goal range. 19 seconds to play in the ball game. No timeouts for Texas.
Throw the ball right out of bounds and stop the clock unless you got something you really want to call. He's calling a play.
19 seconds. 15-12, Oklahoma. Penalty flag down as Dodge zips it out of bounds and kills the clock with 10 seconds to play. Let's see about the penalty.
Backfield in motion, movement by the Texas offense. Move them back. The downs are academic here. It's the time that you're worried about in the yardage. So Oklahoma should move them back.
I'll get my place kicker in the bowl game right now.
10 seconds to go. Boy, that's a big decision for Freddie Akers, whether he goes for the tie. I think you're right. That's the thing to do. Even though they are number one. Early in the season, we're still in the middle of October. Well, they're going to go one more play and try to throw it to the goal line.
10 seconds. I tell you, you had to kind of cinch up your belt to make that decision.
Boy, how many...
On the offense. Your first down.
The clock will not start since it was on the incomplete pass. Only start on the snap.
Quarterback sack here, though, and they might be out of field goal range. He puts it in the corner of the end zone. And it is incomplete.
Oh, boy.
Oh, I thought that one official was reaching for a flag.
I did too, Keith. He was right there on top of the play. There were two of them there. We have a chance at home to see Bryant. He's just going to fade over towards the boundary, throw it up. Johnson goes up. Woo. Stanberry did catch the ball, but now they're trying to decide whether he was in bounds or not.
Apparently he was out of bounds.
Didn't have control with 1 foot in bounds while he had control.
32-yard field goal. That equals his longest of his career at Texas. 32 for Ward. One for one from that distance this year. The snap is high. The kick is up. It is good. And time runs out. And it's a 15-15 tie. So Ward from 32 yards makes his second field goal of the season at that distance. And all of the heat that Eddie Kitchens could put on the young man, and he delivered it, and the Oklahoma players have just absolutely collapsed on the field in disappointment. Barry Switzer now talking to John McClintock there, and I'm sure Barry a little upset over the call in the corner of the end zone where it appeared that Stansbury had caught the ball on the ricochet, but they ruled him out of bounds.
Let's see it again. Stanberry is going to catch the deflected ball. Both men go up and bat the ball forward. Stanberry, if he has possession, 1 foot in bounds, which he clearly does, has both feet in bounds as he catches the ball. They are still in bounds. Now let's see it again. Oh, look how far they are from the boundary. There's plenty of time for Stanberry to catch the ball. There he is. He's got it. See if he gets possession of it. No official sees it. Both officials are behind. The one on the left that we're seeing should be behind the play. He would have seen it. Too bad for Oklahoma. Break for Texas.
Too bad?
Well,
there'll be raging and thunder over that.
Yeah. Let's see the reaction. Nope, didn't get a chance.
But here's the man that delivered for Texas to effect the tie as the clock was winding out. Jeff Ward from 32 yards. Pops it up. A lot of leg on it. Good all the way. And you wind up with a 15-15 tie. Well, I don't know if they proved anything or not today. Number 1 and number 2 met at the Cotton Bowl in Dallas, and they finished even.
It has been a beautiful couple of weeks here in the capital city of Austin, Texas. Welcome to the 2015 Rodeo Austin. This year it's bigger and better than ever before, and one of the most exciting rodeos that we've ever seen here in Austin.
Well, you know, Wayne, we always love Rodeo Austin, but when we have the setup that we have this year, put $500,000 out in front of these guys, give them the very best rodeo livestock, then you're going to have the best contestants. And we're diving right into round 1 of the playoffs right here today.
We have a brand new, exciting format. Boy, I'll tell you what, Hadley, I am excited about tonight. This is playoff round number 1, and these Cowboys are going to have a chance to move right on into the finals.
You know, Wayne, we're talking about big money, and as you can see right there, the structure of the event this year, it is so cool. I love it. Bareback riding, and we are getting ready to go. So, Zach Phillips. Now, here's a guy that studied under Kelly, you know, a world champion up there in Casper, Wyoming. He was on the college team. Tell you more about him here in a moment.
This is a great bucking horse today. Double ants that he's drawn. Timing is everything, especially when you're talking about the bareback riding and the bronc riding. And if you're just, a split second behind or maybe even sometimes ahead can throw you off a little bit, but timing is everything. As you watch it in slow motion, take a look at the motion of his feet. Beating that horse to the ground is critical.
You know, we were talking about, I was referencing Kelly Timberman, world champion that this guy studied under. So he'll be answering it to Kelly about everything that happened for and against him there. 77 points. He sets the tone pretty well.
Not bad at all. Lyndon Woods now. Here's one of our young guys from Canada, away from Swift Current, Saskatchewan. Cheers, a great bucking horse as well. Got to have a little lady luck on your side when you talk about drawing. This horse has really got some kick, but I'll tell you what else he has. A lot of forward motion. You can see him kind of getting back on the end of his arm right there. Boy, that'll make your riding arm about an inch longer before the end of the day.
You know that's going to happen. Now, we talk about so many things in the bareback riding, and it comes at you very quickly. We'll be talking about the mark-out rule, and, of course, taking a look at Lyndon's ride. He comes up a little bit short. You talked about the forward motion of the horse. 65 points, as you can see on the screen. Not what he had planned on at all.
Absolutely.
How about this guy? I like him.
Boy, I'll tell you what, this is one of the hottest young talents that we have in our business today. He's from Iowa, and he finished in the top 30 in the world standings in all of professional rodeo. Now, there's that timing I was talking about. Look at this ride. Look at this. He was beating that horse to the ground every jump. The quicker you can do that, the more jerk it takes out of that bareback rigging. Just kind of watch the front feet of the horse, watch the cowboy's feet. If he can beat him to the ground, that's where the points are going to come from. That's where the control's going to come from. That was a beautiful ride.
And I think it's going to be reflected in the score. And it is with an 81 for Clint Lay. There's a happy young man. Now, when Wayne's talking about beating a horse to the ground, we'll watch Casey Brewer. He's a guy that can set the tone in this bareback riding. And my partner